Welcome back, everybody. Special shout out to all my friends watching from home, streaming live.
We need a code word gun.
That's okay. They have to be watching the video. Most of my friends that you are watching right now have to be watching the video because there's somebody in the room with them saying you must do your assignments right now. Shout out, Brennan. Shout out.
He's not watching this video.
He has to be. He has to be. Yeah. If you're an IM, sorry, you have to be. Yeah. They will stand over your shoulder and make you watch things.
You should live stream it then.
All right. So here's why I wanted to go through this on the video. There are a couple things that I want to make sure everybody hears, especially the people watching from home or watching outside of class. Remember that we have 3 days until the exam. Today is Monday. Okay. Today, what we are going to go over is the extended response portion. Okay. We're going to talk through the extended response portion and talk through all the different types of questions I'm going to ask you on the extended response portion. Tomorrow. Now, your online portion is due at the beginning of the day tomorrow. Okay? It's due at the beginning of the day tomorrow because we're going to go over the online portion of the exam review tomorrow in class. Now, on Wednesday, okay, some of my students have to take their exam on Wednesday. So I am not going to be planning any new material on Wednesday. If I have any portion of the online stuff to go over, I will go over that. But it's not going to be the entire period. Here are the rules about Wednesday. Okay, so this is just a review, and then some of my students will have to take their exam. Remember, the morning classes are not shortened, but like my 6th and 7th period both only get a half a period. So we're only going to get like 20 minutes to go over a couple of questions, and it's going to be it. You guys have the full period. So here are my rules. If you're in first, second, or third period for Wednesday, you must bring something to work on. Can you just play any game on your computer, like the snake going through the little town game? No, you cannot. I will not allow you to just play games. Okay? Trust me, if you want more math work to do, I will give you more math work to do. Okay? You are not allowed to just sit and play games on your computer. You're not allowed to just sit and talk with your friends. Trust me, you've got a good chunk of time right before any of your exams start. Heck, review for your 8th period exam. Heck, study for my exam because you'll have it the next day. You'll have it on Thursday if you're in second period. You guys I'm talking to in class right now. Okay? So let's talk about the exam. Okay, let's talk about the exam. The exam is 2 portions. Obviously, the extended response. Okay, the extended response is 7 questions. Okay. The multiple choice. I call it multiple choice. I'm gonna say the online portion is 23 questions. So it's more heavily geared toward the online portion. Now, I tested it out this morning. You're going to be using the lockdown browser to go through Canvas to the Big Ideas website. The online portion is on the Big Ideas website. And yes, I even give you the option of getting 1 check per question. Okay? You do get 1 check per question. I know, I was really nice to you on that, right? You do get 1 check per question on those 23. Okay?
And that's the exam?
That's on the exam.
Thank you, Mr.
You're welcome. You know, I'm here for you guys. Okay? You do get 1 check per question. That is 23 questions. 30 questions total on the full exam. Okay? Now, how are we going to grade it then? Well, basically, you know, we're still kind of playing around with the idea, but basically what's going to happen is you're going to have like 30% of your grade be the extended response, and then 70% of your grade be the online. We're still kind of playing around with those percentages. maybe it's like 40% and 60%. Maybe it's 35 and 65. Maybe we'll go somewhere in the middle. Okay? But that's basically how we're going to calculate your grade. Okay? So we're going to take 30% times your extended response grade, 70% times your online grade, and that's how we're going to get your full exam grade. Okay? Now, just as a reminder, if you get like a 40% in a 9 weeks, okay, if you get a 40% in a 9 weeks, you guys know the 57 rule that we have? No grade can go below a 57 in a 9 weeks. So if you get like a 45%, like I've got some students with like a 10% right now, okay? That actually, I have to bump that all the way up to 57% for the marking period. I know, crazy rule. But so that you don't dig yourself a big enough hole, or too big of a hole, I have to give you a 57%, even if you get anything below that. Now, on your exam, that's for a marking period. On your exam, that is not the case. Like if you get a 10% on your exam, guess what? Your exam, your full semester grade is going to calculate with that 10%. That's a bad look. Don't do that.
So the semester grade could go lower than a 57?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, because if you got a 57 and a 57 and like a 10%, then yeah, it's gonna average out to be lower. Okay. But again, remember what that calculation is for marking period and marking period and exam. That's 40%, 40%, 20%, right? 40% is your marking period 1 grade, 40% is your marking period 2 grade, and 20% is your semester exam grade. Okay. Don't forget that you also get. I don't know if I actually told you this. You get a note card. You can write anything that you want on that note card. Whatever may help you on that exam. You can draw little pictures for yourself. You can tell yourself a little joke on the note card. Heck, maybe even put some math equations on your note card. That might be a helpful thing to do. But you can write anything you want on that note card. So here's what I would do. If I were you, I would have that note card out while I was reviewing for the exam. And anything that stumped me, I'd write a little note to myself on how to do it on the note card. Okay? But you get that note card on the exam. Yes?
What if you run out of room on the note?
You can do front and back.
Or if they run out of room on the front.
Well, then you better write small. You don't get any more room. Yep.
So I guess you can literally have a note card with anything on it, and it won't count as cheating.
You can't put written out examples on it, but you can put formulas and information on it, and you can put hints to yourself on how to solve problems. But you can't put work out the entire practice exam on your note card that. That's not allowed.
That'd be kind of impressive.
I know that would be impressive. That I think you would need a lot of room. Remember, it's a standard size note card. You can use front and back. I literally had one person say, "Here's my note card," and they it was a little 3x5, and then it unfolded to be a whole poster board. And I was like, "Yeah, I can't let you use that." He was really bummed out. So it's a standard size 3x5 note card, front, note, back. Okay. Are there any questions on the format of the exam? I think I went through pretty thoroughly all of that stuff. No? Okay, let me remind you of another thing. I asked you to pick up this practice exam document, this worksheet here, after the quiz. Does anybody need this real quick? Because I know some people did not. Okay, anybody else here? Nolan? Here, anybody else? People, somebody in my first period said, so we have to do both of these? We have to do the online portion and this? Guys, this is the online thing, okay? I'm just giving you a worksheet to go along with it. If you look at question 12 online, it's the exact same question 12 on this paper. I'm just giving you something that you could write down on so that you could keep track of your work. Because I want, on Tuesday, when we go over this, I will have you get this out. We'll have you get out your computers. We'll look at all the wrong questions, and we'll talk through all the ones that were the lowest, okay? One last thing on the online portion before we get to what we're doing today. I think it was please listen to me on this real quick. I think it was question number 7 or 8 or whatever. It was one of the ones with the inequalities. Yeah, 7. It was one of the ones with the inequalities. Somebody came up to me and were like, I can't, there's no option to put an or equal to. Is 7 an or? Yeah, that's what it was. It was 7. There was no option to enter in an or equal to. And I
figured it out. You can write on the thing where it says basic, you click on it.
Yeah.
To the sign.
For some weird reason, it's default that like when you click into the box to enter your answer, it's defaulted to be on a basic, I don't know, function screen. Like when you click the buttons, it's on a basic one for some weird reason. But when you click on scientific, all of your options come up. The less than or equal to, the greater than or equal to. I'm going to look through and see if that actually is going to happen on your exam. I hope it doesn't, but I might remind you of that on the exam too. So if you're looking to find an or equal to, just click on the little button. I think it looks like a little keyboard.
Yeah.
And then you click on that little keyboard and it'll open up. Just hit scientific and all of your options will be there. Yeah.
So on the online part,
Yeah.
remember how it would, if you like put it equation or like x, wouldn't it like stay with it? Would like doesn't it have that weird thing on it?
Well, here's why I gave you portion of the practice exam as the online. I want you to work out all the kinks on the practice exam. That's why I'm really stressing to you guys to do it, because there are some questions that are a little weird. Like you actually have to graph on a number line through the online system. Will you have to do that on your exam too? Yes, definitely. So I would figure out how to do it by doing the practice exam. Does that make sense? So work out those little weird things now so that you don't have to worry about them on your actual exam. Don't forget, on your actual exam day, come with computers charged, ready to go. Okay? Any other questions on the format or anything about the exam? Yeah, Nathan?
I just have a question on the actual practice exam.
Okay.
Should I wait until tomorrow?
Wait till tomorrow. Yeah, Gio?
It's on computer.
Yes. Half of it's on 23 questions on the computer, 7 on paper. Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. And those of you playing along at home, this is the document that's linked in right before the video. This is the extended response portion of your practice exam. Okay? Now, let me tell you, how many questions, let me ask you, how many questions are on the extended response portion? 7. Everybody look at this paper that I'm passing out. Coincidence?
I think not.
I think not. Now, I've got to be honest.
You good?
How did we make this exam? Well, we took all of the test questions, like every single one of them from the entire semester, and we put it all into one document. And it was like 15 pages long. And then we just started editing it out. We just started throwing out questions. We just said, get this out of there, get this out of there, that's not important, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And then from there, we said, okay, what do you need to know out of this semester? And we said, let's go basic. Let's say, okay, let's ask these questions. We didn't pick the hardest questions out of all the quizzes and tests. We didn't do that. That would be mean. We took the ones that truly assess if you know what you're doing. So that's what you're going to see here along the way. Let's get into it. Let's go through all of these questions together. Number 1 here. Let's solve this one. Negative 3a plus 7 is equal to 10 minus 3 times 2a minus 7. Now, I get, this is kind of like the hardest one that we had out of Chapter 1 test, but I don't think you guys find it difficult anymore.
No.
What's the first step?
This was easy.
What's the first step, Nathan?
You distribute the negative 3.
Yeah, let's do it. Distribute the negative 3. So we got negative 3a plus 7 is equal to 10 minus 6a plus 21. Catch the plus 21 there. Because again, this exam spans all the way back to Chapter 1. So yeah, this is Chapter 1.
And then you take negative 6 because it's a little guy, and then you move it over.
Oh, Tommy, very good. We add the like terms. Now, would it be wrong? Would he get it wrong if he added the 6a?
I still got 8.
Right. It's not going to make him be incorrect. It would just, we like to simplify before we. So now he says, okay, let's get rid of the little guy of 6a, which will leave us with 3a plus 7 equals 31. We subtract the 7 to the right side. 3a is 24, which a is 8. So yeah, there's going to be a couple questions from the chapter 1 test on your extended response. But that's my answer. The A is 8. How would I check my answer? Plug it in if we needed to.
We could use our calculators on the website.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's take a look at number 2. Okay, we got 2 pizza restaurants. They sell their pizzas where the pizza costs a base price, and then there's a charge per topping. I got the table here. We got Donato's and Pizza Hut. I want to know how many toppings this would cost the same. Somebody set up the equation for me. What would be the equation to solve when it would be the same? Brianna?
11.50 plus 0.75 x plus equals to $10 plus 1 x.
Very good. Yeah. Base price plus amount per topping is equal to base price plus amount per topping. And x is the amount of toppings. So there's your original equation. And now let's solve that original equation. Now, is there any simplification needed on the left or right side? No. So I just get rid of the little guy, which is 0.75. Which gets us 11.5 is equal to 10 plus 0.25x. Subtract the 10 to the left side. So we get 1.5 is equal to 0.25x. And now we divide by 0.25. Okay, we got 1.5 divided by 0.25, and that gets us 6. 6 toppings. That's our answer. That's the topping amount that would make these costs the same. Questions about that one? Equation was this. Solution is this. So those 2 questions were from chapter 1. Question 3 is from chapter 2. Remember, chapter 2 is all the inequalities. Chapter 1 was equations. Chapter 2 is inequalities. All right, we got Mrs. Williams deciding between Spectrum and AT&T. Spectrum has an initial fee of $140 plus $18 per month. AT&T has $65 initial fee, but $25 per month. Look here, right? And solve an inequality determined for how many months Spectrum will charge less than AT&T. That right there tells me that this is an inequality. And I can set up that inequality. I want to know when this is going to be true, right? I want to know when Spectrum is going to be less than AT&T. So let's plug in what we know. Spectrum is $140, so big amount, plus an initial plus the $18 per month. AT&T, well, they were only $65 initial fee, but they cost $25 per month. So there's got to be some threshold, right? There's got to be some place where they equal out. So that's my original inequality. 140 plus 18x is less than 65 plus 25x, where x is the amount of months. Okay, let's get rid of the little guy of 18. So I get 140 is less than 65 plus 7x. We subtract the 65 to the left side. Okay, 140 minus 65,
75.
75 is less than 7x. We divide by 7. Now that's not going to come to be a nice number. 10.7. 10.7 is less than x. So let's flip it around. X is greater than 10.7. Now that's my answer as an inequality. Is that the true solution to this? No. So that's really what I'm asking you in part B. Write out what the solution would be. What is the solution to this? When would Spectrum charge less than AT&T?
In 10.7 months.
Or are they really going to charge you for 0.7 of a month?
11 months.
11 months or more. And we have to say or more because we have to reference the inequality. 11 months or more. You know what another acceptable answer? After 10 months. After 10 months. Because you're saying there that, okay, I'm not including the 10th month. After 10 months. Okay, whenever you're ready, flip over the paper. Now, the next one says, I want you to put it into slope-intercept form. How do you put an equation into slope-intercept form? So go ahead and start solving for y. Because there's still some people writing down this problem, so solve for y already. No? What'd you get?
Y equals negative 2x minus or plus 3.
Okay, let's check it. We subtract the 8x first, which I get a 4y is equal to negative 8x plus 12. Then to finish it off, to get y completely alone, I got to divide by 4. So you said negative 2x plus 3? Yep. And that's my answer. Now, I got to tell you, graphing is still a major issue. And I saw that on the quiz. Yikes. It's bad. The slope is negative 2. The y-intercept is 3, right? This is your M. This is your B. I had so many people. Guys, look at me right now. I put it in purple because it's weird. I had so many people put the B value right there. Yikes. What are you doing? That's the x-intercept, not the y-intercept. The y-intercept goes up here. Positive 3. And then you know what a lot of people did? They said, oh, if the y-intercept is positive 3 and then the m is negative 2, well, there's my negative 2. And just put that on the x. Huh? No. The m is your slope. That's negative 2 over 1. So down 2, right 1. Down 2, right 1. Down 2, right 1. Down 2, right 1. And so on and so forth. I could also go up 2, left 1. And there's my line. Connected dots, arrows on the end. If you don't connect your dots and put arrows, I will be taking points off.
Only on word problems? Right?
What's that?
Only on word problems.
If I graph, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, if it doesn't make sense within the word problem, like it's a can't go negative or something like that, you're right. Yeah, you wouldn't put arrows. Questions on that one? Check your answer in the end too. Like this is a negatively sloping line. Does it go down and to the right? You should check yourself there. All right, let's take a look at number 5. Write the equation that describes the line and slope-intercept. Now, remember, for these types of problems, this is from our section 4.1 to 4.3 quiz, when we took Tuesday before Thanksgiving. If I want to put it into slope-intercept form, I'm going to need to put it into point-slope form before I do that. This is point-slope form. Maybe something that maybe you should write on a note card or something like that. That's point-slope form. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the m, which is -4, and the point, which is -5, 2, and I'm going to plug those things into that equation. I don't even need to solve for my slope. My slope was given to me. Sometimes I do 2 points, and I need to find the slope and then do this. Could I do that? Yeah, just use the slope formula. Let's plug it in. Y minus 2, -4x plus 5. Watch out for the plus 5. It would have been a minus a -5. And now we have to solve it for y, because it's got to be in slope-intercept form. We distribute the -4, -4x minus 20, and then I have to finish it off by adding the 2 to both sides. -4x minus 18. Two more to go. And they look very similar to the ones that were on your quiz the other day. I want everybody to take a look at number 6 and decide how you want to solve that system. Now, I got to be honest. I would say that everybody's probably going to choose elimination. But I was surprised at how many, because there was a question that looked very similar to this in the quiz, where one of the variables was completely alone. It wasn't this identical question, but it was similar. I had a lot of people, more than I thought there were going to be, subtract the 4y on the bottom to get x alone and plug it into the top. I had a lot of people choose substitution. So, what's that?
That was probably hard.
It actually wasn't too bad, because once you plug it in, it actually reduced pretty easily. But here's how I bet a lot of you guys would do this problem. Multiply the bottom by -2. I bet a lot of you would choose to do it this way. Top equation remains the same. 2x minus 6y is equal to -46. Bottom equation, -2x minus 8y, -38. And now I add down. So this becomes a -14y and a -46 plus a -38 gives me -84, excuse me, -84. We divide by -14. So y is equal to, okay, we got 84, negative divided by negative is a positive, so 84 divided by 14 is 6. Y is 6. Okay, not too bad, right? Let's plug it in to find x. Let's go into the bottom equation. It was x plus 4y is equal to 19. So let's plug it in. X plus 4 times 6 is 19. Looks like that to me, too. X plus 24. So let's subtract it. And yeah, I get -5. -5, 6. I had one person just give me like only one value, like x equals the whole quiz. Don't do that. Don't let that be you. No, it wasn't. You did good on your quiz. Not surprised.
Whoa,
I expected it. Sorry. Any questions on that one? Okay. Looks very similar to the one that was on the quiz. We got M&M's and Snickers this time. Still got Sharon and Brian doing it too.
Oh, this is what was up earlier.
Right.
So 1/10.
Yeah. So 10 Snickers, 8 M&M's. And you guys honestly did really good on this problem. For $17. No. All the numbers. These numbers. This is a lot. We're buying a lot more. 8. The second one is 8 Snickers, 4 M&M's for $11.80. We're buying like the whole class. Okay. What's the easiest way to solve this one? Okay.
Multiply the bottom by -2.
Good. Multiply the bottom by -2. Top stays the same. 10x, 8y, 17. The bottom, -16x minus 8y. Now, 1180 times -2 is -23.6. Okay, now we add down. This gets us a -6x. And then we have 17 plus a -23.6. -6.6. Which when we divide by -6 gives us $1.10. $1.01. $1.10 per Snickers. And now let's plug that in to find y. Let's go into the top equation. 10 times 1.1 plus 8y is 17. All right, 10 times 1.1, that's $11 on Snickers alone. Again, all I did was just take this top equation and plug 1.1 in. We subtract the 11. 8y is 6. And we divide by 8. So 6 over 8. 3/4 or 75 cents. So that's the extended response portion. Okay. Again, you notice here that I'm not giving you like the hardest questions out of all the quizzes. I'm giving you doable questions, ones that if you understand the topic, you'll be just fine. Yeah.
I don't know how, but I got completely different numbers than you, but still got the same answer.
That's fine. You might have just
That's all right.
plugged it into a different one, or I don't know. Did you get the same answer?
Yeah.
That's the important part.
Okay. We're all different.
So again, I can't stress it enough. Do your online portion. Okay. All right, everybody watching along. So long. Farewell. Have a great day.
W class.